Hey everybody, today's video is going to be controversial between people who love the seats and people who want seat covers for their trucks. So I've been looking around for a little while. Carhartt has some seat covers, but they're pretty expensive and they're baggy. I think they probably work fantastic, but I don't think they look all that great. Even the black one, they're just kind of sloppy on there. They make some towels where it's just like the top part is sewn on, so you just put it over the headrest and you can throw it on there. Those are great to keep under the back seat, and if you're all wet or whatever, you can throw them on there. I just kind of wanted something to protect the seats all the time that don't look bad. I've had rough country neoprene before, like $200 for the set. I had those in a Gladiator and they don't breathe at all. So you get in there on a hot day and you just start, like, your back starts sweating and everything because you're just like up against a piece of rubber basically. So I went with Coverado. They're leather. It was like 160 bucks on Amazon, and I want to see how they look. I have been looking on YouTube and I haven't seen any really good videos on fitment of seat covers in the Ranger in general, and then the Ranger Raptor seats that have a little bit more bolstering. So I'm going to put these on. I'll let you know how it goes. Just want to throw it out there. I know a lot of you people are going to be like, that's a complete waste. The seats are great. They are great, but I want something to cover them up because I get in there pretty muddy, pretty wet sometimes, and just want to protect them as much as I can. And I'm not so confident that the leather or material that they use is the highest quality. Mine's already starting to, like, from day one, it was kind of loose and starting to get wavy. So anything I can put on top of it just to protect it a little bit. And if it looks good, even better. So this is the set that I bought. They're black leather, so it's not going to look too outlandish on this. It's going to cover up the code orange trim, which is kind of a bummer because I do like that, but we're just going to see how this goes. So here's the starting condition. As you can see, there's some waves in it. I've had this thing for 6 months. I've driven 10,000, almost 11,000 miles now, but it's been like this since day one. The passenger seat, not as bad, but it's definitely getting a little bit wavy too. So it's not that it's folding over and creasing or anything, but I'm sure that's next. So I'm going to throw these covers on. All right, so I'm sitting in here. Comfortableness, I mean, feels about the same. More lumbar support. It's got like a big hump there, so I can always, it actually feels pretty good, but you can reduce the lumbar on the seat itself and that'll push it away a little bit. But it feels good. I've been sitting in here for like all of a minute, so I can't tell you if it's going to breathe or be comfortable in that sense, but it's not anything weird. It feels like real leather. The piping is a plasticky vinyl thing, but that's not the end of the world. I mean, it's a $160 set of seat covers. So you've got like this vinyl tubing thing here, but the leather itself is fine. I'm not excited about how these headrest covers go on. Basically, it's just this little flap that Velcros on there. When it's tucked in, it doesn't look bad. So I'm going to put it in a second, but it's just kind of a crummy way to put that together. After 35 minutes of struggling to get this thing all put on here correctly and tightened down properly, I've got it. I think it looks pretty darn good for a universal fit seat cover. It is real leather, or at least it says it is, and it feels like it to me. I'm not a leather connoisseur, so I can't tell the difference, but it does feel really good. It fits really well too. So I mean, it tucks in here in this behind the plastic. You can see a little bit where it's coming up, and then there's the actual seat in there, but I could probably stretch that down and get it to tuck in there if I really wanted to. The bolstering still fits in there pretty well, so that's really good. It shows that it's perforated, but if you look at it, those are just dimples. It's not actually like holes through the leather or anything. It is still not connected here, so crumbs and crap are still going to get in there. It is what it is. The Carhartt one that I saw actually is one solid piece that goes down, so when you take that thing off to wash it, it would take all the crap out with it, so that's cool. But I just didn't like the way the Carhartt one looked compared to something like this. My intention was to keep my, sweaty back and stuff off of the actual leather of the seat, and then maybe protect that leather down there a little bit more. I always keep stuff in my pockets, and I'm afraid I'm going to poke a hole in it or something. So anyway, I mean, you can see the difference here, the stock on the passenger side, and then this new cover on the driver's side. Passenger side looks way better. There's no question about it, but I want to protect it. And this is what I went with. One other thing I want to point out is that I spent a long time pulling this thing down all the way so you couldn't see any of the orange trim on the bolster, because like if I set this thing back some, you can see there the orange, this doesn't go all the way down. And the reason it doesn't go all the way down is that the headrests on these seats are like 4 inches above where the shoulder bolster is like 3 or 4 inches above, maybe that's only 3 inches, where the headrest goes down. Most seats, and this is a universal kit, are made to go straight across and then get pulled down. So there's like some play, some gap in here, but it looks good for what it is. I'm gonna keep it, I think. Set this back to my driving position. And once it's set to my driving position, you can't even see that orange down there. You can see maybe a tiny little bit right there, but that's not bad at all. Anyway, I just wanted to make this because I hadn't seen any other seat cover type videos out there for a Ranger Raptor with the bolstered seats. Hopefully it's helpful to somebody, and feel free to start roasting me on my choice of cheap seat covers.
It's over!